Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, to a wonderful sight. This is Aldi Arena, just on the outskirts of Adelaide. Thank you very much to the band of the Royal Navy South Australia. Played us in with a little bit of Waltzing Matilda on the way out, and then the national anthem of Australia. We are getting ready to go for this Norwood Hotel Division 1 Grand Final between Ross Trevor, all collegians. He'll be wearing the red and black stripes, and Payneham Norwood Union wearing the black and white stripes. They're getting ready for this one. They've taken one off each other through the regular season, so it's going to be a close one. Did a little bit of a walk around before the game, and I had a chat with old mate Boff from Ross Trevor, who let me know that Ross Trevor have been the form team all year, but Payneham have come home with a wet sail, so we reckon it's going to be a quick one. Conditions as we stand, absolutely perfect. Underfoot, absolutely perfect underfoot. The sun is breaking through every now and again. The one issue is probably going to be the wind. We have absolutely no idea what it's doing. I don't think it knows what it's doing. In the middle of the ground, it looks like it's blowing directly to the northern goals. There's some flags away to my left-hand side, which really have no clue what they're doing. They're wrapping themselves around. What we do have is a swirling wind. Our umpires today, we have on the field Jason Mounts and Tony Simons. Our boundary umpires, Ryan England, Thomas Keatley, Andrew Roberts, Tristan Rogers. And our goal umpires of Christopher Adey and Stephen Martin. There you see those flags, and they really have got no clue. It's a swirling wind today. So we are 10 seconds away from first bounce at the Norwood Hotel Division 1 Grand Final for 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourself in for 4 quarters of the best amateur footy in South Australia, and we are underway. First hand to Ross Trevor, but Payneham trying to get it out there, and it's going to be the umpire's ball, so we just shift around 15 metres towards the southern goals. Again, Ross Trevor getting first hand to it, and they will clear. Ball takes a bounce, and finally they can work out. Allen will put it inside 50. Good contested mark, all about the crumbing now. It's going to turn for Ross Trevor. He will dribble that one through. First goal of the game goes to Ross Trevor. Number 27, Heath Kamain will get the first one. And they'll jump out to an early lead. That's the way Ross Trevor will want to start. Good contested mark, and we came down, and Kamain just putting it on the outside of the foot, dribbling it through. Make the most of these conditions. Like I said, we haven't had any rain, but there is 80% chance of rain at some point in the afternoon, so I want to jump out early while that ball is still dry. And Ross Trevor get first hand. The Ross Trevor ruckman working really hard in there. Oliver Wilkie getting his hands there. It's gone, and again Wilkie will get it, and Wilkie will get the free kick. So temperature wise we're absolutely beautiful, and Ross Trevor will work out onto this left hand wing. Then they will look inside 50. It's going to get to ground again. It's going to go to ground, and Bacanello will just shepherd it into towards the boundary. Number 28, Tim Bacanello, is the vice captain. There's 2 captains on that Ross Trevor side. The number 2, Daniel McCallum. 28, Tim Bacanello. Payneham look to clear. Picked off by Wilkie, who's having a day out so far. The ruckman, he started very, very well. He'll look to find a target. Good strong hands above his head, but not clean enough for the umpires. Shouts of ball, and the umpire disagrees, and he'll throw it up. Again, Ross Trevor get it out of the air, just can't get a hold of it, and the free kick for the high contact. Pierce Seymour will be the beneficiary. He plays on quickly, then they will look out to that far side wing. Again to a contest. We expect from the opening stanza of a grand final. Lots of contested ball out there. Now Rostrevor looking to get that handball going. Jordan will send it forward and just couldn't hold it. Braden Allen is doing a lot of work, and Payneham looked to clear, but again Rostrevor managing to hold it in just outside that 50. Wilkie again. He's not going to go anywhere, so he'll have to get his ruck work done again. Payneham get hands on the ball first time, but again Rostrevor looking to lock it in and keep it within the forward half at least. Rostrevor won their last A-grade premiership in 2013. Payneham can look a little bit of space out there, just drops in front of the leading runner. Again, it looks like we'll hold that one up and we'll go again. Payneham, Norwood Union, looking for their first Division 1 premiership since they amalgamated back in 1995. And Rostrevor looking for the lead, finds his lead. Code will look forward. Again, just kicks to an area, again outside to that left-hand pocket. Nice little handball off to McCallum. McCallum says he got his handball away. Now Payneham can look to come away. Lowered his eyes, found a target inside and Code rushed it somewhat. Picked off by Seymour. Seymour will find a target in midfield, just over kick him. Rostrevor will be able to bring it back in. High kick inside the 50. Didn't really find anyone. Dylan Ocello will just look for the safety of the boundary so they can reset. Massive crowd in today. The estimate is there will be around 4,000 people in the ground as we speak. 6,000 to 8,000 people through the day. We've had different grand finals running through the day, so they reckon 6,000 to 8,000 people will come through the door. Excellent work by the Adelaide Footy League to put on this event, and the oval does look in absolutely tip-top condition. Payneham Norwood Union again looking to get out, but again Rostrevor, I think they will be kicking into the wind towards that southern end. Again, just put high and into the forward 50, another contested mark, and that one will be tied up again. Umpires earning the money at the moment. Payneham again, looking to get it out. Managed to tap it forward. There is a Payneham player there. Again, looked for the handball. Now they're trying to get that handball working through midfield, but it's congested and there's a swarm of red and black shirts all around that ball. Again, Rostrevor will get out. They'll send it across to Dinham. Dinham will take his time, and again they will just use the kick coming into midfield. Jordan, again, just throws it on the boot, throws it high. He's come a long way, just cannot get it. And again, it'll be a contest just outside the 50, but Rostrevor managed to work it out. They will go out onto that right-hand side. They'll look into the pocket. Deflection now, and it will go out for another boundary throw. Ball in, and the Payneham ruckman Jay Hansen is starting to get his hands on it a little bit more, but Rostrevor again locking it in. That will be ball. That's the kind of pressure that Payneham Norwood Union will need. Just see that ball hold up. Good lead, but good pressure, and again Payneham Norwood Union will have to wait for a restart. It's been scrappy. I haven't really managed to get any clearances through, and even the goal that we've seen today was scrappy. Wilkie again gets first on. Rostrevor, as per usual, working hard and trying to do the crumbing. Again, we just go from stoppage to stoppage to stoppage at the moment. Well, probably what we'd expect from a grand final. Big number 5, and big number 25, Nick Jolly crashing the pack. There we see the people bathed in sunlight on the terrace in at Aldi Arena. Long time home of football in Adelaide, especially the amateur football. Wilkie and Jordan. Jordan manages to get first hand, but Rostrevor will manage to row it. And again, they'll manage to get the boot to the ball. Good sequence of handballs, and again they come out to this left-hand pocket. Thoughts about an excellent smother. There's those 1%ers. Now Payneham Norwood Union can try and find a target, which they do. Agarastas got his hands on it, and he will get the free kick. There's 2 of them there. There's Athanasi Agarastas and Strato Agarastas. Rostrevor turn it over, will pump it into 50. Again, the good roving in front from Hurley. Hurley will then just send it into midfield. Easy mark from Nelligan. 30 metres out, bang in front. Wind should bid his back. Nelligan will look for his first goal of the day. Rostrevor's second. Leans back, goal umpire, doesn't have to do very much. Goal number 2 of the day for Rostrevor. There's a link between both of these clubs and their coaches. The coach of Rostrevor is Adrian Rocco. Played for North Adelaide, but did have an involvement with Norwood Football Club, and of course Gary McIntosh, the legendary Gary McIntosh, played for Norwood. He went to Payneham Norwood Union 11 years ago. He took charge of them when they were in Division 4, and they've been up and down. And after 11 long years, they find themselves in the big show for amateur football in South Australia. And again, another stoppage. Has to be said as well that Norwood Payneham Union really haven't had much go forward at all. Hard to judge from the position that I'm in, but you would think that the northern end is the scoring end, but there we see the first inside 50 for Payneham Norwood Union. Breaks for them. Cries of ball. Umpire says he had no prior. And there's Nick Jolly again. He's a whole heap of human, the number 25 for Payneham Norwood Union, and he's making sure people know it. He gets his hands to that one. Will bounce around. And it looks like it will be a stoppage. Tom Langford couldn't quite get away. Been rushed for behind them. So first points on the board. He'll look out to that far wing, and he'll find his target. Just dropped it cold. Jonathan Gianni, captain of sorry, it was Craig Holm, that one for Rostrevor. Number 10 for Payneham Norwood Union is Jonathan Gianni. Another stoppage, and Rostrevor again managed to come away with it. Nice handball over the top. De Mateus will make his way forward and just kick down that line. Boundary line will beat everyone. Again, Rostrevor will come away. They'll kick towards the pocket. It'll go over the top. Kamain in a battle. Didn't quite get there. Now they'll look to handball at the back. Get there, Jack Nelligan cries, and he's got the free kick, and again it's kickable for Nelligan. He's going to look for his second of the day. Copped a high shot as he went around there, and that's been the way of the football at the moment. It's mostly been scrappy. There's not been many clean marks, not many uncontested marks. Nelligan will have his second shot at goal. About 30 metres out on the angle. He sets it towards goal. Goal umpire's happy with it. He kicks his second of the goal. Rostrevor starting to push away a little bit. 3 goals, 18 against Payneham Norwood Union, with just the single behind for 1 point. Ball up again. Hansen just didn't quite get there, and again Rostrevor will look like they will get first hands on it. Home will try and get things moving. They finally get it out to that far right hand side to Littler. Littler will send it into 50 and just picked off in the middle of the air by Sanzo, and Sanzo will just pump the brakes slightly and then send it forward. An old wobbly kick and falls in front again. In the back, so another free kick. Definitely seeing that Rostrevor have the wind, and a bit of a wobbler. That one will find the boundary. Jordan will get on, and Payneham finally managed to get some roving done, but unfortunately it goes straight back into the clutches of Rostrevor, and they will look to launch another attack. They'll send it inside to Gilbert. Gilbert will go back, look for a target inside 50, find something he likes. Oh, and there we go, rising high. Dylan Ocello. He looks out to that far side wing. He'll get his runner in Seymour. Seymour just bundled into the boundary. Let's get another look at that one as Gilbert came back, sent it inside 50, and Ocello went for a ride. All on his own player as well, so. Nice mark coming out of the backfield by Bauer. Again, we'll send it down the line. Rostrevor again doing the good roving work. Again, that will be tied up. And Rostrevor just managed to break out of that ruck. Excellent challenge, probably no prior opportunity for that one, and then we'll go again. This time there is a free kick. Nelligan, who's outside of 50, and then he will hand it off. It's high and into nobody really. Jay Hansen, who'd worked his way back there, can just quite happily take that one. Another contested mark, and again Rostrevor managed to get there. Nice hands as he enters the 50, and then he'll look to handball off. Then he will get it back, send it across, but the kick is off target. Just outside to Littler. Littler's got a couple of leads, ignores them. Lowers his eyes, puts it into a contest. Big hip and shoulder. And he gets the free. James Jordan working hard. That's as big a hip and shoulder as we've seen all day. There you go, we'll just pop it to the goal square. It'll pop over the top. Bounces through for a behind. So Payneham Norwood Union looking to come out of here. Again, kick into midfield and into the contest. Wilkie back on and doing some more ruck work. Managed to get in the way of that one. Well, Payneham Norwood Union for the first time really get an inside 50 contested mark. No one there to rope, surrounded by red and black shirts, and they will come away really quite easily. Send it out to that far boundary line and goes out on the full. It's kind of the direction that the wind is blowing. Left to right as Ross Trevor look at it. Ross Trevor again, looks like they are going to break into 50. There is going to be a free kick there. Charlie trying to earn a 25 out of it. Umpires weren't happy. We're happy with how it went. Just giving it a ride towards the top of the goal square. Big pack mark up there, and again the roving done by Ross Trevor. They can't get it away as cleanly as they did the last time. And they will get the free kick to relieve the pressure. Wilkie puts it out onto the boot and puts it out onto that far side. Again, a contest over there, and has to be dealt with on the ground. Payneham Norwood Union desperately trying to get hold of the ball and just can't drag it in. Jonathan Gianni did what he could, just couldn't drag it in eventually. Swung all the way around. Braden Allen does well to wriggle his way out of a tight space, then we'll send it forward. Finally Norwood managed to get going forward. Payneham Norwood Union, sorry, managed to get going forward. Boundary line beats everybody. Now into time on in the first quarter. Wilkie again doing his own roving, got his name called a couple of times. He's got through some work when he's been on in the ruck. So stoppage to stoppage it's been really in this first quarter. It's been a battle, and Ross Trevor just had the luxury of finding people inside the 50. Payneham Norwood Union just haven't been able to find clean marks in the 50, and they just haven't been able to get free. It's been a game of stoppages. Another free kick for Jonathan Gianni. He's going to try and find somebody. And Ross Trevor have done well at slowing things down and stopped Payneham being able to go quickly. Another free kick though. Now they will get another forward 50 entry. kicked out, and Jolly, the big fella, manages to get a mark inside 50. Probably about 30 metres out on the angle. Suggests he has to set it at the right post, maybe even a little bit outside the right-hand post, almost between the point post and the goal post, just to try and get the wind to bring it back. Sets it on its way. Goal umpire scrambles just to behind, so 2 behinds for Payneham. Ross Trevor 3 goals 1, 19. Payneham Norwood Union just the 2 behinds. Well, it bobbled around after that clearance and still in there. Again, lots and lots of red and black shirts. Holds for holding the ball, nothing giving. It's just going to be a stoppage. Ball up. Hits the floor, and again, Ross Trevor will do most of the... They'll get first hands and they'll get the clearance. Goes over the top, and there's a free kick. He's holding him on. He was a little worried about the pace of that young man. Jack Nelligan already got the 2 goals to his name. So there we have it, first quarter in the books. Ross Trevor 3 goals, 1-19 for Payneham Norwood Union. Just the 2 behind, so we go into the first quarter break. Ross Trevor leading 19 points to 2. Stay right where you are, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back for the second quarter of the 2017 Norwood Hotel Division 1 Grand Final. And welcome back to the second quarter, the first quarter, the tail of the tape. Ross Trevor, Old Collegians 3 goals 1, 19. Payneham just the 2 behinds for 2. Really the way the first half, the first quarter went very, very scrappy. It's got stoppage to stoppage. Ross Trevor managing to get the clearances more than Payneham Norwood Union. Payneham Norwood Union only really got into the forward 50 a couple of times. One was a rush behind and one was Nick Jolly, who just didn't quite have his sights lined up, just pulled it. Be interesting to see whether Ross Trevor continue with the clearances and continue with that 50 pressure, those inside 50s, to see whether it is the wind. See whether it is a goal scoring wind, and we are underway for the second quarter. We continue with Ross Trevor getting the clearances. Nice little handball over the top to Jordan. Jordan will lower his eyes, try and find a target. Good spoil though, it's now a race, foot race, and then they'll look to keep that alive and down the boundary line, but it's picked up well by Ross Trevor. When will be held in for another ball up? You know, the umpire's being paid by the ball up. He'll be a very rich man at the end of the day if he is. And a scrappy one. We'll just reset and go again. Wilkie versus Hansen has been a good battle for the first quarter. Big fish forward from Hansen, then a handball over the top. Good hip and shoulder to just give his teammate a little bit of time. Now they'll just put it on the boot and send it forward. Ross Trevor, he'll just drop that cold. Then put himself under pressure, and again the boundary will find its way in. Anthony Medhurst just couldn't quite get hold of it. It suggests that one of the things that Gary McIntosh has spoken to his players about is not allowing the clearances that Ross Trevor had, but Certainly getting a feel. And again, we see a clearance from Ross Trevor. He's got the time to have a bounce. Then we'll just look in field. Nice little chip kick in field. He will turn, find his leads, and then he will just fire it into 50. And again, just a contest under the ball, and no one's really managed to get a clean mark on it. Shouts of ball, and it's been out anyway. And Payneham Norwood Union trying to clear, just couldn't get it on the boot. And she rattles around in that midfield, and just gang of players around it from both Ross Trevor and Payneham. Again, Ross Trevor will get the clearance. They will get another inside 50. That one bounces in front. Now Cello looked to clear it up, and then good attempt at keeping it in. Heath Kamain, one of the goal scorers. Another stoppage. He'll throw that on the boot towards the goal square, and it'll come off a hand. It's another rush behind. He'll just put that on the boot, the whole helicopter, and does very well, Liam Davis, to pluck that one out of the air, and then he'll go, and there we do see that there is a wind advantage going to that northern goal. The left of your screen, as you look about it, there were 2 kicks, probably it's a 3-kick breeze. They'll be there, and he's just put that a million miles up in the air. It drops with ice on it. Still bouncing around there. That'll be the umpire's ball, you'll think. Again, the boundary will win that one. Hanson and Wilkie will renew acquaintances. Wilkie again gets hands on. This time Payneham can come away with it. Fired it inside 50. Jolly just couldn't get it cleanly, but it's still bouncing around there. Still will bounce around there, and then a rush behind by Ross Trevor. So down to Norwood Union, continuing with the behinds. Third behind of the day. And you see the difficulty of Ross Trevor trying to get out of their 50. First hand on by Payneham. And Ross Trevor worked very, very hard, and that one will find its way into the boundary, and there'll be another ball in. Payneham edging ever closer. Free kick to Wilkie. Jay Hansen, who was on the losing end of the ROCS in the first quarter initially, has managed to bring his way back in, but guilty in an infringement in that one. Jolly will do some of the ruck work. And they will get it out. Now Payneham can look into the 50. Throws it on the boot. Again, it will come to ground from the contest. Handball out into that pocket. Then he will try and find the target in the middle. He has a target, got one hand to it, but can't bring it in. Then they will just look to hold it in front, and it will be another stoppage. Bang in front, just outside the goal square. Got attempt by Liam Davis. Got one of his paws to it, just couldn't get the other one there. We start again. Good ruck work out the middle, but again, it's contested and it's congested in there. It's still bouncing around. And again, it will be a stoppage. Jonathan Giuliani, the captain for Payneham, has come in for some treatment today. Every time there's a stoppage, somebody wants to throw an elbow at him. Again, it's still bouncing around there. Manages to get his foot on it, and again, that will be rushed behind. Come out again. Acciaio's come a long way up. Just to give you an idea of how far that is, Acciaio has been playing in the back line and he's just outside 50. That's the difficulty that this wind is causing for the teams trying to come out. Now, though, Ross Trevor looking to go forward. It's all about the bounce for this young man. He gets the bounce he wants, but cannot beat the defender. But fortuitously manages to find its way through. Again, just didn't hit a target, and Payneham could try and come away. As players free in the middle, ignores them. Good strong mark. Finally we start to see some clean hands. Then he will look to go inside 50 into the contest. Ball goes to ground again. Ross Trevor will got there first, just couldn't take it with him. Kicking in danger, free kick. Very, very dangerous position. So Heath Kemain will line up for his second of the game, which is a good chance for us in this commentary position to see what the wind is doing to the kicks. You think he just needs to aim it at the right hand upright, let the wind do its work. Drops it, sets it at the right post, wind brings it back. Second goal of the game for Heath Kemain. Ross Trevor 4 goals, 2. 26, Payneham just with the 4 behinds, 4. It is a somewhat unique stadium, Maldi Arena. It has a grandstand, and then as you get to the 50, it's exposed, so the wind will whip right across those 50s. Good strong contest, and Ross Trevor will get another free kick. They'll look to go quickly, then look to the midfield. Good strong mark attempt, but Acciaio had enough of him. Payneham looking to handball out of their 50, that's dangerous. Eventually it'll end up in the hands of one of our umpires, and we will restart from inside 50. Another kick to a contest in midfield. Again, it will come to ground. Ross Payneham managed to get first hands from the contest. Good strong mark just outside 50, and then he will find a target out here in McCallum. Callum will go again. Out to Jordan. Jordan, little underground handball, trying to take on Jolly, but that's a lot of human being to try and get around. He finally gets back. Oh, interesting, big brave run and huge collision. There's a couple of players slow to get up. Ross Trevor will look to come away. They will find a target out on that far side in Damatius. and just not finding a target. Managed to handball, but again the handball just a little bit in front. Just not able to keep things clean. He'll fire that towards the top of the goal square, and and it's going to bounce for them nicely outside of the boot. There's the goal. First goal of the game for Tom Hurley. Ross Trevor showing that there isn't a scoring end there. Well, the scoring end is the one that they're kicking towards. Continue where they left off, managing to rove the contest. Ross Trevor will get the clearance, and then aimless kick just out to that wing and just make it a battle between the two number 11s. Again, Ross Trevor will manage to get there. Now they will get another entry into 50, and he's diving forward, will make that mark. Michael Code has a bit behind to his name. He's had a look at what the other kicks will do. He had a look at what happened with Heath Kamain's kick. See whether he's learned from it. Full stretch. We'll gather that one in. And 30 metres out, bang in front. Sets it on its way. There's his first goal of the game. Ross Trevor starting to put their foot down a little bit and starting to ease away in this second quarter. 6 goals, 2-38, taking on 4 behinds, 4. Hansen goes back into the ruck, but it doesn't. And now that Payneham do finally get a clearance from the ruck, and they will fire it into 50. Again, it comes to ground. Who's going to be the first of that loose ball? And Ross Trevor will pick it up. Handball back inside to Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe will send it down the line. Again, it goes to ground. Holm will pick it up. And they will fire it down the line to yet another contest. Just lost his footing. Play on, it was touched. Agorastov's got there, but there's a touch on the way through. This time he puts it on the boot and it's going to bounce through for a behind. Complete miss kick straight down the throat of Payneham player. And there is a free kick as he was held in the marking competition. Tom Langford. Not the greatest angle for a right footer. The wind should hold it though if he sets it in the right way. No, he will get his second behind of the game. And Payneham Norwood Union just struggling with the conditions at the moment while kicking a goal. It's only the second shot that I can remember from them. Good strong mark from Dinham. He'll turn and again fire down that wing. Manuel turns, looks for a target. He'll go down the line as well and will find a target. Lovely leg, and then he will turn and send it into that contest. Excellent attempt with the one hand, then just swings a leg at it. Big brave mark from Hurley. Knew the defender was coming, came out, took it anyway, took it on the chest. Knew the contact was coming. Hurley looking for his second goal of the game. There we see that win. He didn't quite get that one right. Pulled it to the left-hand side as he looks at it. Now they will just look to the middle. Look for a contest in the middle. Good mark in the midfield. Big fella Langford coming all the way back. Then he will send it forward to Jolly. Jolly will let that roll over the back and use his strength to try and get it free. Questions as to whether he pulled that back in. Umpires aren't interested, and it'll be a ball up. Ross Trevor again looking to break out. Allen takes his time, comes in field, finds O'Malley. O'Malley will send it into 50. And there'll be a free kick. Brinoli, he'll send it towards Jolly. Jolly will just bring it to ground. Again, Ross Trevor get the clearance. Kick really didn't find anybody, and Ross Trevor concede another free kick. Testing it in the back. Cello will try and find the boundary line. He didn't get there, and Ross Trevor will work out to the 50, but that one goes to ground. High contact, and then a little bit of afters, just a discussion as to whether it was high or not. A kick in the Wilkie direction, handball over the top, misses its target. Ross Trevor again will just hold it in, and we'll have another restart. Payneham starting to get their hands on the ball a little bit more from the clearance. Another handball kind of just into space more than anything else. Ross Trevor again will clear it just into the huge space in midfield. Nelligan will handball into midfield and handball into traffic. Now they managed to get a couple. Had a lot of pressure come from his back. Oh, just didn't sit for him. Good Shepherd to give time and space. He might be slow to get up. He was caught in the follow through his kick. He is up. Another forward 50. This one goes up the back. It's a foot race at the moment. I wonder who's going to get there first. It's going to be a behind. Excellent work from the Ross Trevor defender. So Chase Bauer, the number 20 for Payneham Norwood Union, was one who was hit hard. He's up and about. There's a suggestion that I cupped on the knee, but he's up and about, moving quite freely. Another ball towards the 50, another contest. Again, it goes to the ground, and again, Ross Trevor will try and do the roving, which they get. Now they will manage to work the way out. Them just put it on the boot and into 50. Still bouncing around in there. Finally comes out around the body. Good strong mark from Brendan Littler. Ross Trevor will have another scoring shot on the angle. He'll just lean back, send that one through the middle. Push Ross Trevor out even further. 7 goals 3, 45. Just the 7 behind. So Littler will get his first goal of the game. 5th different goal scorer of the day for Ross Trevor. And Ross Trevor will get the clearance. Just dropped that one, Cole, and has given Payneham a lifeline. They will turn and they will fire it into 50. Got a lead runner in the pocket. He'll pick that up. That's Langford. Had one from here not too long ago. Should have his sights dialed in now. Okay, he'll have the kick after the siren. Sets it on its way. And the final act of the second half is for Tom Langford. Forget Payneham Norwood Union's first goal of the game. This one, 7-3-45 as they exchange pleasantries on the way in. This is what grand finals are about. A little bit of discussion on the way in as to who's going to have the better Mad Monday. The Ross Trevor 7-3-45. Payneham Norwood Union 1 goal 7-13. Stay where you are. Join us for the Premiership quarter. Coming right up. Welcome back to All the Arena as we are about to get ready for the third quarter of this one. The story of the day really is scoring shots. Ross Trevor with 10 scoring shots, Payneham Norwood Union with 8, but Ross Trevor have managed to keep the big sticks taking over, whereas Payneham Norwood Union just haven't been able to get it done. Clearances for Ross Trevor have also been a big trend, even when Payneham Norwood Union can get their hand to the ball first, they just seem to can't get the clearance. So talk about that, Ross Trevor will get the free kick. Manuel will send it into 50. And it will find its way to the boundary line, and I think that's Chase Bauer again. He's been in the wars. Here's Chase Bauer. That one cupped something in the face, I think. So we'll have a ball in over on that far side. Jay Hansen will continue in the ruck. Keith Kamain is going to do the work down there in the forward 50, and we are underway again. Rock forward and towards Will O'Malley, who is the captain of Ross Trevor Old Collegians. And the ball will back Ross Trevor's way. Just fires it on the boot. Tries to fight a contest. Comes a long way and goes to ground again. Yet another stoppage. Neither team has really managed to get away from any of these stoppages. Getting a clean break has been the exception rather than the rule. So it'll be a free kick, and then the 25, just a little bit of afters. So this one should be tagged on. Said there was a high contact, and then Strato Agarastos, just give him a little shove. So Braden Allen will have the easiest jobs, and he will knock through his first of the day. And push Ross Trevor out, 8 goals, 3-51. Payneham Norwood Union, 1 goal, 7 behinds, 13. A little bit of lack of discipline. Gifting 6 points to Ross Trevor. So Wilkie gets his hands, first hands to the ball again. He'll continue his battle. Ball will finally come away. O'Malley will find, he'll just kick to space. Wilkie picks it up. Then looks for a target further forward, can't find one. It's going to roll towards the 50 for Ross Trevor. Payneham looking to get away from there, hits as he kicks. Mark from Gianni on the 50, he'll turn, fire it forward to a contest. Again it goes to ground. And the umpire will go again. Things starting to get a little bit feisty and a little bit testy. Again, it's trapped at the bottom. Umpire's going to get RSI in his right arm by the end of this one, you would think. Third man up, tried to clear us, and we have moved where we are going to have the ball up, but we will have another ball up. So Ross Trevor will finally get into the 50. High contact, so they will manage to come away. Tillinacello. Puts his foot through it, finds a contact. Another high one, suggested he might have ducked into it, but back Haynes did cop one around the back of the head, and he will find a target further out in Sanzo. Not a lot happening for Sanzo in front of him. Kicked it into midfield, no one was there. Wilkie gets his first hands onto it, manages to handball out. Finally we get a little bit of football as that one will find its way into 50. Outside his range, so he turned and he looked to find a pass, and awful kick into midfield, and now Jolly has the time under it, dropped it cold. Did his own roving though and managed to get the handball, and they'll fire it forward again, just couldn't get there. Burns the handball, turns, puts it on the right boot, sends it towards goal. Touched on the way through. Tom Langford just couldn't get it over the chasing Sam Jonas. Now Ross Trevor will fire it down that far wing. Another battle and the boundary line will win out. O'Malley with the clearance. Touched on its way out, so we'll have another ball in over on that far side. To see how many people are in attendance today, estimated around 4,000 people will be in attendance to watch this Norwood Hotel Division 1 Grand Final at Aldi Arena. Wilkie handballs into O'Malley. O'Malley gets his handball away into traffic. Holm will pick it up, puts it on the boot into the 50. Again a contested mark, but again it goes to ground. They will manage to get it out. That will just creep over the top of Sutcliffe. Sutcliffe manages to work back to it though. That takes a horrible bounce over the top of Acello. Then he will look to snap towards goal, off the post. That one is slapped forward. It's all about pace, whether Brunelli can get there. He does get there. He's got very little support, so we'll just put it on the boot, send it into 50. Nobody was there, apart from Charlie Jordan. Settles and sends it out to Dinham. Dinham will look for a target. Now they will look to spread out to DeMatteis. DeMatteis will give it off to Allen. Allen will turn, fire it over their top. Now it will hit the ground. Now they can start to move. They'll kick to the top of the goal square. That again will find the floor, and Tom Hurley really had no eyes for the football whatsoever. And the free kick will go Payneham Norwood Union's way. Takes to play on. Again we'll go out side 50, and again it's dropped. Play on and a restart. Better clearance from Rostrevor. Still a bit rushed, like chain of handballs, then it will fire into the 50. Again it's dropped, again it goes to ground. Put on the foot, rolling towards goal. Won't beat him, he will not beat Mac Haynes though, and Mac Haynes will send it behind. Payneham will put it on the boot. Just send it into space. Big ask for Agarastos. Again, the kick goes to ground, and again, lots of traffic in there, but they have managed to break out. Then they will send it across. Just outside 50. Nelligan couldn't bring it in. Ball will pop out though. Gilbert sends it forward. Handball over the top. All about the bounce. It doesn't bounce the way he wants it to do. He shepherded him a long way away from goal. Now that one has to be sent across the middle again. Wait for the signal. Signal is goal. Scrappy, but they all count. That's the Rostrevor group. They are away to my left-hand side. Stood behind the Rostrevor bench. Ball just will not sit up for Sanzo. And again it's turned over by Rostrevor, but again it's messy and it will go to ground. And the umpire will say that's his. Big hip and shoulder, gives away the free kick. I think that's to Nelligan again. Nelligan not happy with the range, so he might try and find a target. Just can't hit it, and again it bobbles around. Now they will look to get out of there. They'll find a target on the chest. Again, not much for him, and again he can't find a target. Puts Bauer under a huge amount of pressure. They get the free kick to relieve some of that pressure though. Quick handball. Fired into space more than anything else. Rostrevor will be able to rebound, probably a little bit easier than Gary McIntosh will have liked. Pumped forward by Rostrevor. Jolly comes in to do a bit of the ruck work, and again Rostrevor will get the clearance, send it inside 50, goes to ground. Jolly just puts it on the boot again. Rostrevor can't get it cleanly, but he'll just hand him off and then pump it towards the 50, and Dylan Ocello will pick that one out of the air. Again, he doesn't seem to have much in front of him, so he just has to put it on the boot with the old helicopter finger breaker, and again they just pump it forward. Smothered over on that far side by Medhurst, and there'll be another ball in over there. Jolly getting through some work in the rug, just fires it forward, and we'll just move 10 metres closer to the southern end. Jolly goes over the back, and Payneham will get a forward 50 entry. Nice little handball. He tries to tap it to his own advantage. Nice little handball. Then the snap at goal, and that one misses to the left. Another marking attempt goes to ground, and then we will find the boundary again, and it will be another ball in. All the way over the back, brought out of the ruck. And a loose kick into midfield. Payneham starting to build a little bit of pressure. Can they get a clean mark inside 50? Again, it goes to ground. Again, it will bobble about. Nice attack to the pack, and just left it behind, left the handball behind. And a free kick to Russ Trevor will allow them to get out of there. Jolly continues his work, just takes that one out in the rug, but Nelligan pickpockets him, just nicked it off the toe. Now they've got time and space. Now there's a man over if he can find him, has to turn, then we'll go towards the goal square. It takes a wicked bounce and will go through for a goal. He'll be happy at that one. Not entirely sure that's what it was intended, but it did its job. Sometimes the footy gods just smile on you. I think he was trying to find it. He overcooked the kick and over the head of his target. I think it was young Nelligan. He took a right angle bounce. Wilkie, the benefit of the free kick. That's the benefit of the free kick. He will look again out to that right hand side. Ball bounces in front, but it will work for Jordan. And Jordan kicks it up on the full. So we are in time on. Wilkie will have free kick, not taken from the right place. We're in time on for this third quarter, and Russ Trevor have a very comfortable 50-point lead. 10 goals 5, 65 to Payneham Norwood Union, 1 goal 9, 15. That one will come off the boot and go out on the full. Sent forward. Good overhead mark. First time we've really seen a contested mark taken. It's Chase Bauer, who's played very, very well. Been in the wars a little bit. He'll just put it on the boot, send it to a contest. Again, neither team really being able to get it out of these stoppage areas. No one's managed to get good clearances. And the clearances have come, they have been Ross Trevor's way. Payneham starting finally to play a little bit of football. Decided to play on, so we'll put it to the top of the goal square. Again, it will go to ground. Better roving. Now he will snap along the right-hand side of his body. And they will score. Matthew Brunoli will with the right foot snap. So the first time Payneham Norwood Union really get a clean clearance and managed to play a little football. They tack 6 points onto the scoreboard. Just haven't been able to do it as often as they would like to do it. Ross Trevor go quickly. Wilkie works out to that far side. Tracked well. Ball will go down. Ross Trevor will look to just pump it inside. And they will find the boundary down in that far pocket. In front of the scoreboard. Bouncing around, Payneham trying to get hands on and trying to clear it, which they do eventually. Again, an aimless kick, picked off easily by Denham. Denham will send it forward. Scans for options, then just sends it forward, picked off by Payneham. Payneham will send it forward. Now he's got a man free. Not much happening in front of him, so again he'll just kick to a space, see what the foot race is about. Comes off the head of the Ross Trevor defender. It's still going. He's done very well. Just couldn't get. He went for the overhead kick, just couldn't get there. Now Ross Trevor can clear. Over the top, takes a little bit of a Ross Trevor bounce, but Payneham can deal with it. Wilkie will get a paw on it and stop that one going any further. Now they can go forward. He has a target down the line. That's Kamain. Kamain will turn. He will look quickly inside 50. Again, it comes to ground. Allen, he can go. He'll take a bounce. He'll put the foot down, and he'll put the foot to it, and he will miss. starting to see Tom Langford come back more into a half forward, almost midfielder role. Getting up there at full forward or in the forward line, and now he's come back to try and just give them a spark, which he has a couple of times. 3 Payneham players take it off each other there. We will restart again. So, 3/4 time. Ross Trevor leading this one, 10 goals, 6-66. Payne and Norwood Uni finally getting on the scoreboard with the big sticks. 2 goals, 9-21. Stay where you are. We'll be right back for the final quarter here in Aldi Arena. So, ladies and gentlemen, we get ready for quarter number 4. I said I was speaking to people before this game. Payneham come home with a wet sail, apparently, through this season, and you would hope that they'd been dipping their sail in a fair amount of water as we come into this 4th quarter. For them to come home, they are attacking what has been the easier end to attack in this final quarter. Ross Trevor have just managed to get the clearances and get those clearances cleaner through the 3 quarters of footy we've had. We look like we are ready to go. Jolly will take on Wilkie. Jolly will get his first hand to the ball. And as has been the trend for today, we'll go to another stoppage. So Ross Trevor again will clearance and they'll just kick to space. Again, the ball will bounce around and Jolly will hold it in, but now it pops out. Ross Trevor will just kick it into space and it will go out over on that far side, and we will start again with a boundary throw-in. So we'll redo that one. We didn't get it far enough. Jolly kind of gave up on it. Jolly and Wilkie. Jolly missed it with a big haymaker. O'Malley will look to get it, and then O'Malley will hold it in, and we will ball up again. And this time Ross Trevor do manage to get the clearance away. Holm, he'll send it forward and again just won't get there. Bauer will throw it in field. Cello will pick it up and beat a couple and then put it on the boot and start to go forward. All about the bounce, and the bounce does not favour anybody, and will go out just on 50 for another ball in. Jolly again will get a hand to it. Send it just a little bit closer, but we will have another ball in. Comes all the way over the back, and then there's just a snap on the left boot, and that one will miss. Yet another behind for Payneham. Excellent contested mark from Nick Jolly. First time we've seen anybody really get hold of it in a contest. And then he gets it stolen off him by a free kick to Bauer. Bauer will come in on his left foot, then fire it towards the forward 50. Again, it will go to ground, but Payneham close to roving that one, but yet another stoppage. Well, that one's managed to pop out, and it will go towards Payneham, but out on the full. Jolly again will just put the big paw on it and send it forward, and I think it's going to stay in, and then it goes out. The whole game just hasn't managed to get any flow at all. Neither team has managed to get any consistency. Jolly will pick that one out the air. Ross Trevor will turn it over. Eased him out of the contest illegally. Nice handballs from Ross Trevor, but again, the final product just not there, and Piers Seymour will intercept that one. And he will pick a target, and now they can start to handball through the middle, and then it will go forward to a wide open Langford. Langford turns, puts it on the boot, gives it a ride, gives it a chance. Long enough, not straight enough. Langford's fourth behind of the day. Another contest, another ball in. Another boundary throw in. And Jolly will get the free kick. He was held as he came in. See whether he just gives it a roast and puts his foot through it and finds a target. Mac Haynes will have a shot at goal. Straight ahead, about 30 metres out. He bends his back, sneaks it in the right hand upright. Mac Haynes will get his first goal of the game. Payneham Norwood Union's fourth. Sorry, the third. I got ahead of myself there. It's only the third goal of the game. 14 scoring shots, though. Wrong side of the ledger for Gary McIntosh, you would think. Ross Trevor again will get a clearance. They'll kick out to space, out onto this near side. Can't hold his feet. Happy to just handball it back, and just a little bit sloppy. He can't find his feet. He's caught him. Brett Ansell, I think he's caught him right on the ankle. Slow to get up. Good handball, and now Payneham can start to come out. Gianni out in that left-hand side will just send it in field. Tom Langford, chest mark on the angle. Has not kicked straight today, has not kicked well today. And that one goes out on the full. This will be a day that Mr. Langford will want to forget. Well, he got the sit, but he just couldn't come back with it. Payneham will look to enter that 50 again. Big lead, and it's stuck on the bottom. Still bouncing around in there, and that'll be held in by Dinham, you would think. In roving work, and Payneham will get another chance to enter that 50, but again it just will not find a target. Ross Trevor will look to clear. They'll just kick out to space on this near side wing. It's a foot race. Foot race that was won by Scott Gilbert, and then he will get the free. Again, just skills not clean enough, just couldn't quite get there. Gianni will send it forward. Medhurst did enough for it to be a stoppage. Nice tap forward from Hansen. Payneham Norwood Union finally getting a little bit of forward pressure. They've just got to start turning that into points and goals. We just stopped for a blood replacement. We are off and running again. Payneham do manage to get a clearance. Now they've got a little bit of space. He'll just throw that on the boot, send it towards goal. Matthew Brunoli will get his second of the game. And that one is Payneham Norwood Union's fourth. I know there was a touch. So we'll take that one back. Put it in the behind column. Volleyed forward again, just not to a hand, and spin like a top out there. And umpire will come and take over again, and we will have another stoppage. Trevor again, they've managed to find a couple of targets and starting to edge their way towards the forward 50. Happy to take the time now. Wonderful strong mark down there in the pocket, and then he looks to find a teammate, which he does, in Heath Kamain, who'll look for his third goal of the game. Better angle for a right footer. It's in front of some of the Payneham Norwood Union fans, who'll probably be giving him some tips on how to kick this one. That held its line all the way across, and we'll go for a behind. If you had to describe how Ross Trevor had gone on about their business today, you would have to say business-like. They've got in front and they don't look like they're going to lose this lead. And 2 minutes plus time on, they seem quite happy with where they are. Oh, Jolly just mummified Craig Home. There's a little bit of afters. And there's a card for Jolly. He'll get a yellow card. And the 25. couple little spot fires. The Ross Trevor fans away to my left are applauding Nick Jolly off the field. He's had an ongoing battle with that mob all throughout the day. Craig Home can't benefit from it, and he'll push it out to the right-hand side. So Ross Trevor 10 goals, 8-68. Payneham 3 goes 12-30. Another big pack contest. Charge down, it'll be a foot race out here. Again, it's on the floor and messy. And again, our umpire will come in and take control. Discipline is starting to go now. A couple of little afters going on, and O'Malley will send it to the top of the goal square. Again, it comes to ground. Payneham got a clearance. Len will send it into midfield, but too many defenders. Another kick to a contest, and again it will find its way out, and we will have a boundary throw-in down in front of us. It's a better clearance from Ross Trevor, and then they will look down this side, and then they will find a target. He will turn. Good kick, well measured out to this right-hand side to Kamain, and Kamain will just go and fire it towards the goal square. 2-on-1 out there. Dylan Ocello's done well. And the ball just bounced away from him. And then he's happy to hold it in. Dylan Ocello's hasn't had an awful game back there. O'Malley will handball over to Allen, and Allen loses his footing, and he'll go over the boundary line. From the Ross Trevor point of view, Will O'Malley, the captain, has grown into it, and she started to be more and more influential as this game has gone on. Jack Nelligan, 3 goals, has played well. Heath Kamain has got the 2 goals as well. Also, Oliver Wilkie got his name called out a fair bit, and for his work in the ruck, he's had to deal with a couple of ruckmen running through. That being said as well, the number 5 for Payneham Norwood Union, Jay Hansen, he's put in a huge shift in the ruck today. I don't think he's had a break. Got the odd break from Nick Jolly, but he's certainly done the majority of the game. Payneham now starting to be able to move through midfield, but again they miss a target. Back comes Scott Gilbert to clean it all up. Chase Bauer has also been very, very impressive. Been in the wars somewhat, but he's worked hard down back. Well picked out by Holm. And they will find Wilkie. Wilkie realises no one in front of him. He'll turn and go. Then going to handball and ask for it back. Gern has space, so he'll just send it into the pocket and misses a target. Cleaned up by Bauer. He will send it into midfield. Wilkie again will just kick round the corner. He'll find Bacanello. He will send it into the forward 50. Good overhead mark by Harrison Pride. Again, we haven't seen many of them today. Pride will pump it into midfield. O'Malley will get a hand on it, but he doesn't do enough. It goes over the top to Brimacombe. Brimacombe sends it forward. Sends it to Tom Langford, who really, apart from his goal kicking, has played well today. And sent forward to Giannini. Tried to go around the body, just went straight up in the air, and that one will go behind for yet another behind. Fell a bit short again, but Payneham can work around that boundary line, and then they'll look to the goal square. Got one hand to it, just couldn't do it. Can he do any more work? No. Trevor look like they are going to manage to come away with it. Good, strong battle. Allen couldn't quite get hold of it, but has managed to make something of it. O'Malley will pick it up. And turned and lashed at it. Liam Davis, and missed the whole lot. Allen, he'll go back and take his time. Allen will find Jordan. We would think that this would be it. So, after a 4-year break, it looks like Ross Trevor old collegians are going to find themselves on top of the heap all over again. They took the easy route. They won the qualifying final. They had the weekend off. Tyler Brimacombe is going to have a shot at goal. Sends it on the way, and that one will go all the way out on the full. It kind of sums up the day that Payneham Norwood Union have had. Nothing that they've done has seemed to go well for them. So Will O'Malley can add another medal to his collection. He won the Keith Timms OAM medal for the best and fairest for the Division 1. He will add that one. There is the final siren. Ross Trevor Old Collegians, after a 4-year gap, will sit on top of the ladder once again. Their coach Adrian Rocco will lead them to the flag in 2017. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope to see you again in 2018 for more football from Adelaide. This has been the 2017 Norwood Hotel Division 1 Grand Final. Ross Trevor, Old Collegians winning this one 10 goals, 8-68 to 3 goals, 13-31. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. My name has been Dave Webb. We will speak to you again soon.